According to Bankrate, the average American consumer debt is now up to $93,000. 75% of Americans carry credit card balance from month to month. Nearly a quarter of US adults have personal loans against their names, and 12% of adults in the US have a HELOC, home equity line of credit, with an average debt of $42,000. I don't know about you, but reading these numbers make me anxious. Unlike a fixed mortgage loan with low interest rates, these types of loans can get individuals into trouble very quickly if not handled well. You want to pay off these as quickly and efficiently as possible. So let me show you how. If you're new to the channel, my name is Tay from Financial Tortoise, a channel dedicated to helping the Sandwich generation reach financial security. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 simple steps you can take to pay off high interest personal debt as quickly and efficiently as possible. Step 1. Understand what you owe and how much you owe. I have a suspicion that most people swamped by consumer debt don't have the full picture of what they owe and how much they owe. Unless you know what the problem is, you can't work to fix it.
What's the problem?
So start by collecting all the documents related to all the money you owe and make a list. List out all the debt you owe with the balance and interest right next to it. I like to use a simple spreadsheet. Either Excel or Google Sheets are both good options. The primary objective here is to be able to see all the money you owe in one simple document. This will be painful. You will see in one place the source of all your debt-related stress. However, it's something you have to face if you want to pay off your debt quickly and efficiently. You have family members that are relying on you, and you want to get yourself into a better financial position as soon as possible. Remember, if you're serious about paying down debt, today will be the worst day as regards to how much you owe. Going forward, you'll be knocking this list down little by little, so things will only get better as regards to your debt problem. Step 2, track your expenses. Whenever people ask me for personal finance advice, the first thing I tell them is to track their expenses for 1 to 3 months. People get caught up on sexy personal finance topics like investing and real estate, but unless you can understand your expenses and manage it effectively, you're operating your household like you have a big hole in your pocket. It doesn't matter how fancy your investment vehicle is or how well you restructure your debt. If you can't manage your expenses, you'll always be playing catch up. Most people unfortunately have no idea where their money goes every month. If you ask them how much they spend on food, they would have no idea. Unless you track your spending, we don't realize that we just spent over $1,000 eating out or $500 per month on random Amazon shopping. So by tracking your spending for at least 1 to 3 months, you'll have a very eye-opening experience. You'll actually see how much you spend on food or random shopping, and this will give you a starting place to start managing your spending. Now, when it comes to the mechanics of tracking your spending, I have few software recommendations. One is Mint.com. Once you connect all your accounts, bank account, credit cards, you can see all your transactions real-time in one place. It also automatically groups your spending by category, so you can see right away where you're overspending and figure out a way to optimize. Another option is Personal Capital. It's similar to Mint.com with additional investment-related features. If you're just starting out tracking your expenses, I would recommend Mint.com, but you can't go wrong with either of them. The primary objective of this step is to track your spending so you have an understanding of exactly where your money is going. In this way, you can optimize your spending and use the extra money towards paying down your debt. But first, if you're enjoying this video and you want to learn more about personal finance and navigating life as a Sandwich generation, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe and hit the like button, because that would really help out the channel. Step 3, cut back to your minimal living expense. This is going to be the most important and the hardest step to execute. However, if you're really serious about paying down debt, you cannot ignore this step. When my wife and I were saddled with $105,000 of student debt 10 years ago, we got gazelle intense about paying down our debt, that we wanted nothing more than being free of this debt. You have to be willing to face this uphill battle. If you have the desire to watch this video and determination to take care of your family, I know you can. I'm rooting for you. After you have tracked your expenses and you have a good understanding of where your money is going, you need to go back now and cut out all the wants from your list. Your needs are the basics you need to live. Basic rent, basic transportation costs, insurance payment, basic food budget. Your wants are everything on top of that. Eating out, extra Uber rides, vacations, extra shopping. What are some of the wants that you have in your life that you have a hard time letting go? Please comment below. We all have these struggles, so I want you to know that you're not alone. Like I mentioned earlier, this is going to be hard, but in the long run, you will thank your past self for making this sacrifice. The primary goal of this step is to cut back, and then cut back some more so you can find the extra money to apply towards paying down your debt. Step 4, pay off debt. Now to the fun part, the actual debt pay down. There are 2 strategies that I like to recommend. The first one is called the debt snowball method, made famous by our friend Dave Ramsey. The basic premise is that you pay off your smallest balance first, then slowly work your way up to the largest balance until that is paid off. The assumption behind this method is that it's much more motivating to pay off the small balances first, then work your way towards the larger balance. People are emotional beings, so unless we see progress early on, we're more likely to give up. My wife and I actually use this method, and I highly recommend it to people who are just starting out in their personal finance journey. I kept a whiteboard with the list of all of our debt, and it was quite satisfying seeing all the crossed off amounts. The second method is called the avalanche method. This method advocates for arranging your debt by interest rates rather than the amounts. With the snowball method, if the interest rate on the larger loans are higher, you're technically paying more via interest. So from a mathematical perspective, the avalanche method is actually more optimal. However, you can't go wrong with either methods. See what would best work for you to pay off your debt quickly and efficiently. In the big scheme of things, whether you use a snowball method or the avalanche method, it won't make much of a difference once all your debt is paid off. Step 5, make more money. Now to the final step. If you've cut back as much as you can, you're living off the bare minimum, and there's still not enough money to pay off your debt, there's just no way around it. You need to make more money. If you're in a traditional job, see if there is a way to work more hours, taking on additional shifts or going overtime. You aren't committing yourself to doing this forever, just until you can get yourself back to zero. If there are no opportunities to make more money at your day job, look at taking a second job or even doing some side hustles. Today, with apps like Uber, DoorDash, and Instacart, as long as you're willing to hustle for it, there are opportunities to make extra cash. It'll be hard in the short run. Your friends are out living life, and you're sitting here living on minimum overhead and working extra hours. However, in the long run, you and your family will thank you for it. Get serious about making a change and start paying down your debt today. Thank you guys for watching. If you found value from this video, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any of my other upcoming videos. I firmly believe that being part of the Sandy generation doesn't have to mean financial stress. With careful planning and preparation, we can thrive during this stage of life. Help me spread the knowledge. Thank you again. I'll see you in my next video.